up when I feel the coldest. I sip a little something to feel a little something to stop me feeling nothing, just a couple moments. So just let me stay a little while longer. I don't wanna be alone when I hit the bottom. I ain't tryna impose, but I'm feeling lost in. I just need a little company, I feel exhausted. I just wanna stay in your house tonight. No, I can't go back home this time. I might go to war with my thoughts and lose the fight, or have a couple more drinks and then choose to drive. I'm on the edge, I feel like I'ma die if I'm alone. So baby, please don't make me go. I need you to save me from myself tonight, baby. I feel so alone, please don't make me go.
No matter how high I go, man, I'm always on the edge. And I feel like I don't wanna die alone, but I'm always in my head. I feel so low, down I go when I'm always in my head. I feel so cold, man, I feel so low. I really wanna stay at your house. No, I don't wanna be alone when I come down. I don't wanna lose control. Please don't let go till we're walking on the moon, walking on the moon. I just wanna stay in your house. When I say player, you say what?
Player, player.
When I say player, you say what?
Player, player.
What's going on? What's going on? No, for the record, this wasn't one of those situations where my stream was messing up. I was testing to make sure it didn't mess up, so we don't have any issues that other people had issues for. Just so you know. That's what it was for. But hold on, let me fix my light though. Cool. Now you can see me. All right. Of course, I cut the music off being an idiot. So hold on a second here. Bring this thing back where I had it. I just want to play in the background, so it don't seem like it's a really quiet one. And of course, we're playing the Hyperbolic Chill Chamber. Shout outs to Nerdcore Nexus. You know, you got to rep your people. Make sure all that stuff's good. And of course, I cut it off again. You know how you click a button and then you try to like not, you try to exit out the window, but you push the X button. I think like we all done that. Look, I'll put my headphones out so I can hear it more.
My patience running thin. This ain't even anger.
Okay, all right. Let's make sure my mic and everything's good. Make sure I'm not too quiet or whatever. You know. But I see everybody is here. P-Easy's here. Rice Cooker's here. Spirit Shot. Red Rob. The whole squad is here. Awesome. But you guys already know what I am. I'm not one of those people that just sit there and be like, hey, so how's everybody doing? You know, man, like, you know, how's life and whatever, what have you. We all have stuff to do. So I know for sure you're just like, let's go right into it, you know? Ooh, it's a new button. Look at that. Oh my God, a new button. So let me turn this down a little bit because it might be too loud. Okay. So this is the second annual Mark Cooper Awards. And this one, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It was kind of difficult. I'm not gonna hold you. And the crazy part about it is that everybody worked extremely hard this year. So I am blessed and just super proud of all of you. Like, I was in that DPS stream yesterday and I saw like all the peers that I know I've heard you guys all year getting the recognition that you needed to get. You know what I mean? I'm just, as a teacher, I just kind of sat back like Miyagi and made the smile. I'm like, yeah, you guys are doing the damn thing. So first off, you guys are all winners for that. But let's get right into it, okay? Alrighty. So the first award It's called the Good Spirit Award. And now a lot of people are just wondering, like, so what does that mean? Does that mean I didn't get any nerdcore beefs or anything like that? Well, not necessarily. I'll actually explain to you what the Good Spirit Award is, okay? So, the Good Spirit Award is for individuals that went far beyond expectations, not only as artists, but as human beings in the good merits of the culture. So you don't need to be the person who's the best or have the biggest fan base or any of those. That's not what it's for. This is for an individual who just was being a good person and doing the best that they could where it came down to it. Let me see. Ooh, the stuff coming. All right. So I got, I believe, 5 or 6 Good Spirit Awards. So what I'll do is I'll give a quick, 2 or 3 sentences about the reason why I did it, and we can go from there. So the first person for the Good Spirit Award is Insane Ian. Insane Ian is a parody nerdcore artist that actually reviews all types of, indie and bigger nerdcore artists that are in the parody side. So it's like Weird Al Yankovic to, Chico Rose. There's quite a few of them, like Ninja Sex Party, everything like that. So I wanted to make sure he got an award because he just recently reached a higher number in his streams. I believe it was 25,000. It might be more than that. I have to double check to be sure. But he's a great peer and he's a great person to know. So if you are a person that's into parody music and things like that, make sure you hit him up. Another surprise is that everybody who wins will also get a graphic of the award they won. It's just, I just couldn't get all the pictures. So right after that, I'll be able to do it. So Insane Ian is number 1. Next person, Professor Kuro. You guys already know him in our community. And the reason why I decided that he should get this Good Spirit Award as well is because not only he reacts and listens to people, but I love the fact that he actually dives into the bars that you guys rap about. I'm glad that he is so engaged with the nerd culture that we are, where he actually gives, the great feedback of, hey, I like this bar, I like what you wrote, and literally dives into it a little bit more than most. So Professor Kuro is definitely on my list for the Good Spirit Award. I definitely have a really nice thing for him. And then after that, I'll show you what we're going to do after each award, okay? So Kuro is another. Next one would be Dork Squad Review Show. So this is a good friend of mine I've been seeing doing this for years. And he actually reviews nerdcore and various other artists, but he's got probably the most creative transitions from music, like review shows, I've ever seen. And he's like right in the Bay Area. He raps just like us. He's just like us. He just doesn't really dive into our things like that, but he's definitely somebody cool. And he has a really quirky voice. So like, Pure Chaos and Nonsense could definitely go to work on these tracks for sure. So I wanted to make sure he got an award there. So the fourth person, believe it or not, apparently that guy ain't nobody to fuck with. So the Good Spirit Award goes to Wu-Tang guy. And this is the part that makes it super, super interesting. Wu-Tang may not be, he creates and he has fun with it, and he always has fun with it. But here's the thing though. He knew that, he just wanted to do the rap stuff with his friends and being with his people. But he also took time to help his peers create visuals and do songs and verses and ideas and stuff. He is one of those individuals where people try to pick with him and mess with him, and I've never liked that. But I like the fact that he always kept his head high, even when people were being weird and disrespectful and things like that. And that's hard to do in nerdcore. It is very hard to be disrespected sometimes or not be said the right way, and then you fly off the handle. I've never seen him do that, and I always appreciate his spirit, his kindness, and he's always willing to help anybody in the community regardless of who you are. He's a great guy. and he went to the 36 chamber. So you can't beat that. So congratulations to Wu-Tang. I want to let them know about that. And that's where we are. Okay, so the next one is another guy that has always been that kind of person, just like Wu-Tang. And before that, actually, I'm sorry, it's the next one. So Nerdcore Nexus, also the Good Spirit Award. I mean, that should go pretty self-explanatory. They understood that this genre needed a community to be able to come together the best way we possibly could, especially when it comes to, having individuals here that our genre actually exists, and not only that we don't, that we exist, is that we're dangerous, if you will, but dangerous as in we make incredible music. So I appreciate Nerdcore Nexus and the people behind that for working really hard to have this happen this year. And it's just a great thing to see. So I'm happy for that. Next person, I think it's the last person. It's Ultra King. Good Spirit Award goes to Ultra King, OLT Music. And I'll tell you why. Ultra King gets the Good Spirit Award because he has always been a student. He has always sat there and was like, you know what? If he took feedback and he wasn't sure about how everything was, you know what I mean? Sometimes I could be a little hard. I'll be like, I wouldn't have did it that way. Oh, I wouldn't have did it that way. And then he's like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, this mix needs some work. Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out how I can do this and do that. All right, that's fine. And he always was like, okay, I appreciate the feedback, and used those particular tools to get where he needed to. I remember when he started like 2 years ago, when we really couldn't fully understand what he was saying because of the mix or whatever, what have you, but he worked at it. And he worked at it, and he worked at it. He did what he wanted to do. He did Assassin's Creed raps. He did what he wanted to do. He went and got his first performance this year by reaching out and figuring out how to perform. He did that. He figured out things that he wanted to get better when it came to delivery, writing, energy, types of beats that he chose that were great. He took what was taken from the feedback and made it into his own thing. Not as in what I wanted him to do or something, or anybody else wanted him to do. I mean as in he grinded out. So, and at the same time, he always kept his head up high. He's always been kind to everybody. And just overall, great person. It's always great to, honor the people who are great. So congratulations, my dude, Ultra King. I will call you that to the day it ends. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of each and every one of you. So, we'll go for that. And the last person would be Zikamaru. And I know everybody in this nerd community has to know exactly who this person is. He's a fan, but supports every single nerd artist that's out there. He does an Uber and drives Uber and plays our music to people who have never heard us before. Didn't even have to. He didn't have to. He didn't have to engage. He didn't have to do nothing. He could just be like, I'm a fan of these people and I'm just going to keep it quiet. No. He engaged in people's discords. He talked to people. He said hello. He said this was dope. This was fire. And it was unbiased. And he will show up to Comic-Cons. I met him at MomoCon, I believe, last year. Overall, great person. And I think, to be honest, there are situations where, as artists, we may take for granted those fans that come out and be like, yo, I think you're amazing. And sometimes we might take it for granted. But I want to make sure that he wasn't taken for granted. So congratulations to him. All right. So that's all the Good Spirit Award stuff. Now, let me see if I'm able to do that. Oh, man, I didn't even think this through. Actually, you know what? Let me see. 1 second, guys. Okay, great. I just wanted to be sure I could put some things together here. So I was trying to figure out where I was gonna put the wheel. Yes, there is a wheel. All right. Yep, the What Did He Say award. It's not what you think it is, even though you know what we do. Okay. Okay, so the What Did He Say award is completely different. Watch. So this award goes out to people in the community that kept us laughing, informed, and helped us enjoy the year 2023 from the good to the challenging parts. All right. So I believe it's 4 winners for that. So the first person right now is the quickest to respond to anything that ever happens in Nerdcore. He is the quickest. There's nobody quicker. You will see this content the very next day. Saltashi, dog. He wins. Oops. Here we go. He wins. What did you say? Because it doesn't matter what happens in it. He is always quick and going. And what I like the most about it is that he's not, you know how you get a video and it just be like disrespectful, like just like blatantly disrespectful? He's never really had that to me. Like I can laugh at it and we can all have a good joke about it. And it's never a feeling as in, oh, he's taking shots at people or anything like that. Nobody takes it fully to heart like that. Well, I mean, except, you know, the people he's talking about. I mean, I don't know how you feel. But overall, I never feel like there's any malice in it at all. It's all in good fun. So shout outs to Soul. Happy for him 100%. Okay. Next one will be Neo Nerdcore Daily. I wanted to make sure I brought them in for an award for What Did You Say? Because they always keep an update of what's going on in Nerdcore, where it's like either new contests or new music. They always like submissions so they can be able to put their things on their platform, have a platform for other artists to be able to reach out to. And it's always great to see things like that. Just like Nerdcore Nexus, you know, Nerdcore Daily gives a little bit more of a engagement feedback, you know, from peer to peer, have some conversations, some things to talk about. It's always great. So Neo Nerdcore gets one of the awards as well. Next one will be Internet City. Now, this one was an interesting toss-up. And the reason why it was an interesting toss-up is because not only they have content where it's like try not to laugh and things like that, in incorporating, nerd and geek culture. But I like the fact that they also get involved in songs as well. I like the fact that, Internet City is not scared to, go into different arenas and try different things. And that's always a great thing. Like, it's always great to hear, like, okay, they just did a video about whatever, memes or something. And then next week I'll be like, oh, they're hopped on the song with Diggs. And be like, what? You know what I mean? It's always cool to see things like that. So that's why I have them for that. And the next one, I think the last one will be Blurred's Eye View. Now, a lot of people may not know about Blurred's Eye View. They are a podcast and an actual show where they go in deep depth of nerd culture. And what I like about them the most is that last year they had a crazy year. They got a chance to interview Kenan Thompson and Khalil Thomas and a whole bunch of bigger black blurs that are out there and be able to have an engaging conversation about it. And what I like the most about the things that they do is that they always make sure that no matter what type of situations or things they're talking about, they always keep their platform a safe space for everybody. And even in podcasts and events like that, it could be pretty hard to do that. So shout outs to them for that, and I'm definitely happy. So now, I think I could drag it in, and I'm about to show you something super cool that I just added into this so everybody gets the ability to be able to do something here. Now, like I said, there is a point where I do have prizes for this, if you guys didn't know or saw in the Discord. So I'm going to bring out the Wheel of Branding. So The way this works is that for everybody who's won an award in the category, I spin the wheel. So I'll let you know about what's actually on the wheel so you know exactly what's going on, okay? So this can go from, you can get a free skip the line. You can get a one-on-one consultation. That means a 1-hour meeting with me and you talking, and we can talk about anything that you want to when it comes to your brand, where it could be the marketing, or it could be you want feedback on a track that's a little bit more in depth than we do on the show. It could be, marketing ideas. It could be anything that you're thinking about. You have questions about mixing, 1 hour right there. You can also get a free verse of me, on one of the tracks or ciphers or anything like that. Or you can get a free beat. Makes sense. This tab is called Mix a Track Together, where let's say you have problems, mixing tracks, or you just want another opinion on it. We can easily take those stems that you give and we can mix it on Discord together. And I can show you certain things that maybe you want to, tap onto later. The next one will be a spotlight interview. It's something I'm going to bring in very, very soon. And personalized, but it's button. Relax, guys. Relax. Spotlight interview allows, to actually have an engaging interview. I ask questions and things like that, and then have have a video already put together for you. So if you want to post your interview or use it for your EPK or something like that, that's what that's made for. The next one will be a brand evaluation printout. So what I would do is I would be able to, my backgrounds, I have digital marketing background. So I'll be able to print out all your social numbers and things like that and put it all on a form. So you can actually statistically see where you stand as an artist. And I don't mean during with Nerdcore, but that's where that is. So it works. Next one is a personalized button. So whenever you play an actual song, you get an actual personalized button. That sounds cool, right? Y'all are silly. Then, of course, there's a free mix and master from me. And then finally, it'll be double or nothing. Basically, from the skip the line, you can actually submit back-to-back tracks. As in, like, if you did a double or nothing, it could be 2 of your tracks back-to-back. And that's what that's for. So I got 2 spins I got to do. So I got to do one for the Good Spirit Award and for the What Did You Say Award. So let's go with the first one. Okay, so the first group actually gets a free beat from me, and that's each person. So if they are thinking about a beat or anything like that, works out. So that's the first one, and let's spin the second one for the other one. Okay, so it looks like it's a double or nothing submission there too. So if there be any time in a Mark Cooper Monday and you use a skip, you can play double or nothing and play 2 tracks back or forth. Cool, right? Alrighty. So we got both of those there. And now we can begin the next spot. All right. This is weird. I don't know why I did that. Hold on. Oh, no, I don't need to see that. I'm okay. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Now, this one is the High Notes Award. Now, if you're thinking high notes, right, what are you thinking? You're thinking singers, right? Well, you'll be absolutely correct. This award goes to all the singers that use their vocals to soar on the tracks and create harmonious feelings in our soul. Alrighty. So the first person I actually got on here is definitely gotten hip to. Very proud. Amazing voice. And been across Nerdcore all through this year. So the first one goes to Key to Weeb. You can't say that she hasn't been on a lot of people's hooks this year. Definitely killing it. And what I like the most is that she's willing to learn a new sound. She's willing to try out different things, figure out, different stuff when it comes to branding, when it comes to how to release certain tracks and things like that. She's a student and she's willing to learn. And that's the great thing about that. So congratulations to her. Next one, Nina Hope. I got hip to Nina from Andre and various other tracks and things like that as well. I've gotten a chance to hear her through ciphers. I've seen her handle herself through that. Fire voice. I like the actual, aggression and things like that when it's needed. It's not always just like a soft singer all the way through. It's like wherever it fits the void, works totally perfect. So great work there. Next one, Andre. It'd be very hard to leave Andre off the list when it comes to this, because we already know what you can do. We already know what you can do. So, man, I like the fact that you have like a soulful voice with your stuff. Like, there's other people that can just sing straight out and everything, but yeah, Andre, you deserve it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. You deserve it. Take it. Take the win. Take the win. So, we're going to go to the next one now. Rainy Days. It's always good to have like a really cool rock vocal in certain things and be able to blend back and forth and just overall make the track bring the energy, which is very awesome. So, congratulations to him. Next one. You can't have a high notes award if the rice cooker is not there. But I'm going to take a second for you, Rice. Here's the thing, man. And this is what I want to say. The growth of your versatility is mind-blowing, bro. You went from singing acoustic stuff to singing in rap songs to rapping to sing rapping to blending into cinematic universe type of stuff. You made sure that you kept cooking, and that is the point. See, the funny thing, here's the thing. You want to know why I made the nickname Rice Cooker, even though it's a very, very funny pun on words? Because what is a rice cooker? You literally just cook rice, right? But the thing is that not think of it one dimensional. It's always that find out different ways to combine what you cook with other things, with other pieces. Rice can be a main dish, 100%. But we also know it to be complementing to other people, as in other artists, as into other genres, as into other types of art. You have been the perfect combination with a lot of different artists, and I'm proud of you for it. And that's all we want sometimes. Think of all the things that can go with rice, right? So congratulations. So I believe that's the 5. And the next one's the Double Dragons Award. But before that, let's go back to the wheel so we can make sure we get it together. So for everybody that's here, remember, this is for you. Well, it looks like you guys all get a free mix and master from me. So just figure out whatever track it's going to be. We can figure out a schedule or something and, take it from there. So congratulations to the winners there. You guys get a free mix and master from me. Hold on, I got to make sure I put things in my notes. Hold on, I got to put it in the notes here. Yep, so it's free beat, double or nothing, and then free mix and master. Okay, cool. So we can go right to the next one. Come on, don't be a jerk. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty. So the next one is Double Dragon. And the way this one works is that this award goes to the pair of artists that not only did created music together, but consistently worked together to create a combination of each other's styles and energy together for the masses. So I mean individuals who not only did that in a feature, it's just like you see them normally collab with each other very often and just complement each other very well. And just like Double Dragon the game is what we do there. Hey, Dorky Review Show, congratulations, man. I believe my award for you guys is you get a free beat. So, you know, whenever you're ready, dog, free beat. Alrighty. And also, if you guys are looking for new places to be able to submit your music, that is the guy. And he's got an incredible platform. He's probably, I love his platform 100%. It's cool, man. No worries. But yep, Double Dragon Award. So, let me see what the first ones are because I've been doing a lot of these, so forgive me. First award goes to Nikki Trax and Macro. I like the fact that both of these guys they're like the best of friends, and they're continuously always working with each other. And they always try to find ways to, complement each other as well. Nikki is always he's the heavy hitting, heartstring spitter. And then Macro has like a really nice, vocal for hooks that put things together. It gives it a vibe. And I've been watching them for a good while, and I've also collabed with them before. So I know the feeling and the energy that they bring in. So congratulations to them for sure. So let's go to the next one. That's a given. That is a given. That's a given. Because, man, how many tracks have you seen these individuals like going neck and neck with that? And what I love the most about it is that I know both of them use auto-tune, but they both have a way of how they're going to deliver it. So it makes them separate. And that's what I like the most about it. That's the hardest thing to do. Have two individuals who use a particular VST and make it so, okay, this sounds like Memes or this sounds like Moz. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to do. And that's hard to mix as well. Very hard to mix. So congratulations to you guys. I've seen you grind. I've seen you add all your different types of style and energy to everybody's track, makes it even go above the roof. I love each and every one of it. So congratulations to you guys for sure. Okay, so the next one I got is Ty Weezy and Omega Red. They're two peas in the pot. I mean, it's where it is. You know what I mean? Of course, they're actually a couple together. But what I like the most is seeing them reach out and do different things that normally, that's not in their comfort zone all the time. And that's what I like the most. They go as Astro Fusion. They came out with an album together with the X-Men project. I had the blessing to be able to mix and master that. It was definitely a banger of a project this year. I'm proud of each and every one of those for sure. I've had conversations where they would ask me about, hey, how would you do this? How would you do that? They're students of the game. And for just starting music again after just being here 2 years and then doing a song that's being featured with Marvel Snap, that's just phenomenal. And that's just a congratulations to them for that. Okay, next one Eclipse and Shinky. And for the record clips, you spell your name like 12 different ways. So please forgive me if I spelled it wrong. Okay? I just want to let you know. You say it like 30 different ways, okay? But I want to say this. There is a certain place where you work with somebody that may work with a lot of other people at the same time. And then sometimes it can be kind of hard to differentiate what duo could be really what it is. The reason why I picked Eclipse and Shinky is because Eclipse, no matter what, he's going to give it to you like it's your last round. Any type of flow or song or anything like that, he's going to deliver a verse like he's going to give you the haymaker of a last round. Every time. And Shinky will just make sure that he does his thing, and he also makes sure he compliments the artist as well. Oh, I didn't even see that. Thank you so much for gifting. The restream doesn't give me that update for some reason, and I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dean. But that's what it is. I like the fact you compliment each other, and you don't try to outdo each other either. You make it so it's a fusion, it's a fire track. So great work on that for sure. I think I got one more for this one. And the last one is Rice and Sam. I can't wait to see what you guys do this year. I can't wait to see what you guys do this year, because I got hip to Sam when you guys were doing songs and, you know, submitting and things like that. I'm just really, really curious what you do this year. You know, even if whether I produce the beat or whatever, what have you, can't wait. So there it is. Okay. So we're going to spin the wheel. Okay. You already know the drill. Well, it's another free beat. So you guys all get a free beat that's on this list. And the reason why I record this, so I make sure I got it written down, but it's also canon on camera too. So great work there. Alrighty. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Posse Cuts. This award goes to the creativity of artists that were able to make a big combination of minds and make a masterpiece from beginning to end this year. So I made a list of songs for this one. So for this, if it's a free beat or something crazy like that, it's really like per the group, because bro, that's a lot of beats. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of beats. So just so you know, it's just based on tracks here that I've enjoyed, but I also will let you know another surprise right after this, just so you know what I'm doing later. Alrighty. First one, Flint 4K, Pokemon Legendary Cypher. Alrighty. So the reason why I picked this one is because Flint's been killing it all year when it comes to the Pokemon stuff, putting it all together. Has some of like crazy types of beats, a lot of energy, everything. It's just awesome. And I've got hip to him this year. And of course, I'm still mad about that Pokemon Cypher thing, because that's nonsense. And I will always say that's nonsense. And I'll fight about it because I know it's nonsense. But I know a lot of the peers that's in here were on this and killing it. So congrats on that one. Next track, All Time Arcade, Evil Scientist of Anime, Cypher. All Time has been grinding. He's been perfecting his craft. He's been on it 100%. And I'm glad to see you get your come up, and I had to make sure this year I gave you your flowers. So congratulations to you. Alrighty. Next one. Red Rob. Red hair, Cypher. In all honesty, I got a chance to look back at the streams when we were, reviewing this and listening to it. And then I had this face and I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. Like it's one of those like fully energetic, and I feel it. And everybody went nuts on this. Pure Chaos went nuts on this. Red Rob 2, Flint, JK, Samurai was out there going nuts on this song. For real. And then the final one for right now is this. JK, Operation Cypher. You just don't get too many Kids Next Door ciphers, right? And what I like the fact is that what I like most, JK, is I like the fact that you make the stuff you want to make because it's fun. And I can feel in my soul you're doing it because it's fun. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to let you know I'm proud of your growth, and you deserved your flowers for that. So congratulations for that one. That should be everything. Alrighty. Okay, time to spin the wheel. Now, if it's a free beat, it's gonna have to be a cipher, okay? Like, please forgive me. If it's gonna be a free beat for that one, it's gotta be for a cipher. I'll produce a cipher, but it can't be 12 new beats, even though I have those. But that's a different conversation. But it'd be a free beat, okay? So just in case. So let's go. It's a free verse. It's a free cipher verse. So you already know. So if you guys come up with a cipher or something, I'm here. All right, let's go to the next one. So I'm trying not to make this stupid long. Okay, Bop Central Award. Before I get to that, I do want to let you know that I know you can think of certain songs and things like that were picked, but there was a reason for that. So just to let you know, Bop Central and Posse Cuts, if you've been on my Discord, there are already particular channels that you can submit your music for. So just to let you know, these will later on this Friday be Spotify playlists of mine. So if you got songs that fit those things, I make sure I update them and I put that song in that playlist for you. So there'll be two particular ones we have. So it's not just picking those. These are just things I really like this year. So it's not a weird biasy or anything like that, because a lot of you guys came out with a lot of heat. And being able to pick tracks is probably the hardest, tedious thing to do, considering hearing 1,300 songs. So please forgive me. But I just want to let you know. Bop Central Awards. This award is to the artist that always found a way to make a song that you can't get out of your head, whether if it's exciting or energetic or simply a vibe. Now, I think I did 4 or 5 for this one because I want more of your actual songs to be put into this. So this is just something that's small, and then all the other ones have the more meaning. Okay? So, first one we got Eclipse Legend of Zelda rap. Let me tell you why I decided to pick this one. The reason why I did that is because the video itself was, it was kind of funny because it was like slow motion thing. Like I said in a video, I was like, it sounds like Ganondorf's getting ready to rap. But that was the time where I looked at the video and I was like, Clips, thank you for taking advantage of chopping the beat. And I have been seeing that from him a lot more lately, where it makes the verse pop out so much more. Even if it's just a regular beat, just chopping it where it needs to make your voice pop out is where it's at. Jethro went nuts on that beat, by the way, just so you know. So congrats to him on that. All right, next one we got. How do you sleep? Now, the reason why, just like any other bop, it doesn't necessarily always have to be this super energetic track like that. I remember I had a conversation with him on the stream, and I said, somebody one day will listen to this song and feel inspired, they'll feel okay, all that stuff, right? To be honest with you, I was one of those people. I appreciate that you think about those elements of things when you're an artist or you have insomnia or anything like that. Making a song like that is something that really brings everything together, and it's the core value of music that can be felt. So because of that, that's exactly why it's a bop, because there'll be somebody who could just be chilling and listen to that and get a new meaning from it and actually see the voice conveyed. So great work. Okay. The next one, Terachi, Treat Me Right. Now, when I was going through the reviews and just kind of going through all the songs and things like that, I remember when you released this joint, and then I was like, ooh, this is a chill vibe, like a super, super chill vibe, but it was like straightforward. And sometimes it's great to get tracks that are straightforward. It doesn't have to always be about a character or anything like that, but it also has our particular, aesthetic in the track as well. So great work to him, 100%. Thank you, Josh, man. I do what I can, the best way I can. So next one would be JK Roxanne. See, here's the thing that people forget about with JK or whatever. Like, the crazy part is that he will take songs that we know and just make another song based off of that, but put it in a nerd aesthetic. That is not easy to do. It could be stupid corny. And we've heard several people like that. Absolutely, Josh. In a few, I will actually have all those, and they're all in the chat too. So my homie Josh, I've known for years. He enjoys this type of music also. So if you ever want to reach out or, say hello or anything like that, he's right there. But I definitely will have it. And I'll actually have a playlist for it, Josh, as well. So when I release the Spotify playlist, I'll just send it to you. And these are the kind of songs that are going to be on there, okay? So don't even worry. Alrighty. Next one. Astrofusion about to snap. You can't say it's not a bop if the actual Marvel Snap actually messes with it and shares it. Can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? That's their like first placement with the game. And that's pretty dope to be able to do this year. So great work with that, 100%, guys. Now, we go back to the wheel. And let's see what the wheel gives them. Okay, well, that group actually gets a free mix and master from me as well. Alrighty. Cool. Oh man. Come on, don't do that. Thank you. All right. Outside the box. This award goes to the artists that were fearless and adventurous to try a new style of music. Never easy to go against the grain. It's never easy to go against the grain or what's expected. So I know there were certain categories where it's like, oh, I don't understand why they're not there and not there. There's a lot of different things. There's a science to it. Trust me. Alrighty. Outside the box. First award goes to Temp in Music. And there's a reason for it. When I got a chance to hear her music about a year and a half ago, I was hearing different vibes of maybe like, you know, like lo-fi stuff, VGM, video games, things like that. And I'm like, you know, she's got some potential. I'm very curious of where this will grow. So it went from video game 8-bit chiptune type of music to doing cover songs to creating music for her projects and series and things like that, to doing duets or trios of singing certain things and covers. And you don't see that very often. A lot of times they get into the Broadway stuff and then they'll just pick like Five Nights at Freddy's all the time or something that's in that vein. But I can also tell that these are particular songs that she wanted to do because she wanted to do them. And that's hard to do that in a a community that may just do 3 or 4 different things. Going against the grain and doing things that you want to do is nerve-wracking sometimes, but you got to be strong for it. And she was. So congratulations, Temp, for that, for the Outside the Box Award. Let's go to the next one here. JK. JK self-explanatory when it comes to that. Make the things that you need to make. Do the things that you want to do. And that's how you go about it. We don't even need to go any further. Let's keep going. Suyo. Even though we know he be late all the time. All the time. But you can't take away the fearlessness of this man right here. You'll go into deathcore, you'll go into cinematic stuff, you'll go into trap, you'll rap, you'll do auto-tune singing, you'll do harmonies with 9 or 10 different artists and mix all those things together and make a masterpiece, kid. Keep this energy all the time because the sky's the limit for you, bro. The sky is the limit. He sucks at Lethal Company. Oh, I gotta see this footage. Please show me this game footage, like for me. For me, please show me. All right, let's go to the next one. Soul Arts. So the reason why I think Soul Arts is dope is because I like the fact that he not only kind of created songs and things like that, he took advantage and put in 3D animation for artists to make a more interactive type of video for people's content. And to take that effort and be able to reach out to different artists and do things like that, it deserves the outside the box. I mean, literally, you know what I mean? And that's what's dope about certain things. Find different creative ways to show off the talent that you can do. And what's not a better way to combine it with music? That was fire. So great work for him. Next one. Xeraxia. What I thought was cool about what he was doing is that he always found a really quirky way to push his music. Like there was one video that I saw where he put a Coca-Cola can in the microwave, right? And just started rapping. And then you're just like, That is the most odd Future thing I have ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like in nerdcore kind of thing. And then, of course, he's sliding at the same time. Just having that. And then you end the video like nothing ever happened. It's like the old school MTV like bumper videos before the music video started. Like, clever. Very clever. And it got the point across where it needed to. And that's what's dope. And you made it for an audience that would be like, I wasn't expecting this. Continue to be a mystery and be unexpected as an artist, because when you do that, you'll wow your fans and they'll be more engaged in your content. Especially expect the unexpected. Alrighty. So let's go to the wheel. I'm just giving out free beats. Jesus Christ, man. It's just free beat. I swear to you, I didn't set up the algorithm where it will automatically just fall on these. I swear to you, I just keep getting this. I'm trying. I don't know why it's just doing that. Alrighty, most improved. This should make total sense. But Chaos, I have so many beats, there's no point. All right. Most improved. This artist goes to, excuse me. This award goes to the artist that has understood the strengths and weaknesses of their craft and spend time and effort to improve, to transform to their best self, in their best self. Most improved. Now, these are the individuals that I looked under a clear, into a bigger microscope and watched and literally seen, you guys grow and things like that. So, first one. Jenny. You can't deny that man's growth. You can't deny it. Nobody in this room could deny where he was and how he is now. Nobody can. Nobody. What I like the most is you're willing to listen and you're willing to learn. And that's the most important part. Mixing is hard, especially when you're doing it by yourself. If you don't really know what's going on, you don't know what's going on. It's okay to say, look, I don't know what I'm doing. And he was one of the first people to come up to me and say, look, Mark, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I know what compression is. I think I know what the reverb is. I think I know about this stuff. And I said, look, man, this is what you need to do. And he said, okay, I get it. And then I saw the mixes change from night and day. The delivery changed from night and day. He started having more fun than just trying to force a double time verse onto a beat like a majority of other people do that are not in the caliber where they need to be. So congratulations for that. You deserve it. All right. Next one. Reckless Mind. What makes this dope is like, we all know Reckless can rap fast and do all these kind of things. But man, his verses get more and more impactful the slower he raps. To me, I feel words when this man's rapping like regular boom bap slow. He's in the pocket, like in the pocket when it gets to that. Like when I saw a couple of his videos, we did real music videos for it. Fire. And I know the fact that he takes his time. And that's also good as an artist too. You got to make sure you get to the point where you can be consistent, but also take your time being consistent. Plan it out and do the best that you can when it comes to that. So great work for Reckless. It's cool, Jenny. I appreciate you. All right, next one. Canella. Well, the reason why she's on Most Improved is because I've heard some of her earlier stuff. and I hear the stuff that's now. And just hearing the delivery, hearing the vocal takes are a lot cleaner. They're less cluttered, as in like for the vibrato portions. It's less relying on any kind of VST or reverb or compression. I can easily hear that. And what I like is that she is also experimenting for what she can do with her vocal. And, you know, a lot of singers, I'm going to be honest, a lot of singers find that one take and they be like, all right, I'm done. Okay, that sounds cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm good. And then you listen and you're like, no, you could have did so much more with this vocal. You could have done so much more with these takes. You could have done different runs. You could have tried something. You know what I mean? And what I like about her the most is that she's willing to try. You know what I mean? She's willing to try anything. You know what I mean? She does, you know, stream, you know, video reactions and things like that, has a good time. And she also admits, you know, if she ever has any flaws or things that she wants to improve on. And that's human. You know what I mean? None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. None of you guys are perfect. But just being able to take that, you know, take those particular challenges and things on and be able to come out with the best product that you can is what makes you fire. And that's what I mean by most improved. I don't mean that she was not dope. What I mean by most improved is like the person who took advantage of their strengths and weaknesses and made them both a superpower. Next one goes to Blue Pyro. And you already know Blue Pyro. That's like he's gotta be the youngest in nerdcore. He has to be. You know what I mean? I think he would start submitting his music when he was like, what, 12 or something? Like he was like 11 or 12 or something. But I've heard the energy and I knew there were certain things I was like, kid, you dope. But you got to figure out this mix for the love of God, bro. Like, please figure out this mix. And then what's crazy is that later on he did. And then now he's just as polished as everybody else is. He's in the same pocket where he needs to. He took it serious. He understood the recording stuff. And he was also a student as well. So great works on that. Next, Terchi. I know I spelled it with one I instead of two, and I apologize. You know what I mean? I apologize. But I've heard his music 2 years ago, and I've seen the growth of the things that he was able to do, and I just can't wait. The sky's the limit for you, and I can't wait to hear more stuff from you. So the next person, All Time. All Time Arcade wins this one because it's night and day. I've known his stuff for a couple years, night and day. It's to the point where he was just rapping, you know, just regular boom bap stuff, to the point he's doing quadruple time in a 4-bar sentence and just going and getting cleaner and having fun with it, putting different voice effects on certain parts of the ad libs. He's making a sound for himself. So when you hear the song, be like, oh, that's All Time. That's All Time. You know what I mean? And that's what's really important with that. So great work. Now, that's what the 5 for that. Alrighty. Wheel time. Please don't be another beat. Okay, perfect. So this one's actually new, and this one's a spotlight interview. So what I'll do is we could set up something like a schedule, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then I have like a list of questions to just kind of ask you on video, and we can do that. If you don't prefer to show your face on video or anything like that, don't worry. I'll ask some questions, and then what you can do is use those particular videos or interviews to put in your EPK, or if you want somebody to know maybe more about you, or, you know, that, you know, like if you're not sure, an EPK is called electronic press kit. It's basically like your big box or your bento box of all the things that you do, like, you know, what your music is like, what your social following is, if you have performance videos, etc., etc. It works. Trying to sell all his beats for how many free beats. You know what? I don't even know anymore, Keek or Tim. My bad. I have no idea. But that would be a spotlight interview there. So great work there. I put that in. Okay. Rising Stars. This award is for the new artists that have submitted frequently on the platform and are something to look out for in the future. Exactly. Used for marketing. Alrighty. Now this is for the new artists. Because, you know, it'd be like counterproductive if I just picked, you know what I mean? Like you see with other places, like they just pick the, you know, the ones that everybody knows. So I wanted to make sure I didn't do that. So I got 10 artists for the Rising Stars list that I do want to see. IO Gaming. IO is new. He's getting it together. And I like the fact that he's willing to try. So shout outs to him for that. And I can't wait to see how much better you get in the future this year. King Washi, a.k.a. Spirit Shot. You got the chops, kid. You always did. But now it's time to grasp that and figure out what your sound's going to be. If you're going to go drill, you're going to go Jersey or whatever, just try your best to be the best at it that you can. You got my blessings, man. Great work. Kami. Now, Kami's been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for a minute. But I put him on the Rising Stars is because the collaborations he's been having, the quality is leveled up. The types of tracks he's doing is super fire. And I just can't wait to see what you come out with this year with the collaborations that you have. So great work to you for that. Next one, Sammy. Sammy, you've been leveling up since that Blue Lock song you made. And I like the fact that you're just going right into the deep end and rapping with some of the greats that's even like your peers or individuals that you know. You're not scared. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it awesome. Keep grinding because you're doing the right thing. You're with the right peer of people, and all they're going to do is just level you up so you can get better. You know what I'm saying? It's all the time chamber here, man. You know that. All right, next. Elemental. If you do stay around for like the Mark Cooper Monday stuff, like towards the end, for some reason, his song always ends up being second or like first to last for some reason. But he's got a great voice, he's got chops, and he's willing to learn too. And that, I think that once people start collaborating with him, there's gonna be some bangers that's gonna be made for sure. There's gonna be some bangers. I'm telling you, Elemental, it's gonna be some bangers, dog. Just keep grinding and see the peers that's around you. Start talking to people. Say what's up. Say what's going on, and work on stuff. And just continue to create. For anybody, just create. Nito. He goes on my Rising Stars list because it's not even about the talent, because the kid is talented 100%. There's no debate. Stupid talented. But I'm just very curious about, if I haven't heard it yet, I would love to see what an EP would be or a full project would be from him. If there is one out, please forgive me. I didn't see it, or I might have typed it wrong or whatever, but love the music you're coming out with. I love it. Next, Mimi Locke. Now, Mimi is going to be a sleeper. Mimi's going to be a sleeper because all it needs at that point, she might just need like a producer to sit with her and be like, yo, yo, this is what we gonna do. I'm just telling you. You know what I mean? And I had to make sure I took a look because, you know, Rising Stars is like, you know, the people I see a lot, but there are some that do submit and then they get nervous because they're like, I don't know if they really rock with it like that. I don't know if they like this. I don't know if they like that. And I try my best to make sure that everybody has that same platform and opportunity. And if there ever is a situation where it feels like I'm not giving, you know, any energetic energy to your song, it's nothing against it whatsoever at all. I just try my best to give the same energy. It's not a bias for you to get a different impression or anything like that. So that's why I try to do that. Next, Cyclone. Cyclone's like in the same pocket is what I would feel like that I'm looking for Nito. Like I would like to see a project when he comes out with something like a full-on 5 or 6 track EP or something. Dude can rap, and I would like to hear that. So there we are. Next, Ajare. I think I hope I said it right. He's gonna be mad if I say it wrong. Yeah, hopefully I didn't spell it wrong. So yeah, but they got a couple boom bap tracks. It's actually him and there's one more. Diz XO. I've seen them do collaborations and things like that, and I like how they complement each other on the boom bap style. I'm very curious for more tracks from them, and I want to see some great things happen. So those are my 10 for the Rising Stars list. Like I said, all these things will be posted so people can be able to see them and share them and whatever, what have you. Alrighty. Please no more pizza. Personalized button for the Mark Cooper Monday stream. Okay. Let me put that there. And the personalized button. Please, no one what? No, nothing. You didn't hear nothing. All right, and normally for the personalized button, just make sure it's got your name or something. So when you submit something, I can just push the button and it'll be like right there. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what we're looking for. Alrighty, let's move on. I know we got things to do. Alrighty, the most consistent award. Consistency is far better than rare moments of greatness. This award goes for the artists on the grind, consistent releases, promotions, and always looking to level up with quality content. And there's 10 for this. Astrofusion. You can't say that Omega and Ty both have not been through a whole bunch of records this year. It was to the point that it had to be as one is because they worked as a team. Everything they did, they worked as a team. They either collaborated together on a song or whatever, what have you. So congrats on that. Next one. Mr. Can't Sleep Shinky Dog. We don't even need to go into this. I don't think any of us need to. I don't think none of us need to go into this conversation. I think we all agree. This is pretty much it right here. Alrighty, Flint. Flint ain't too far behind when it comes to certain things, but I like the fact that he plans his releases from the production to the visuals to the types of songs he wants to release to how his look wants to be, everything. So great for Flint. Next, Black Frost. The Black Frost we know. Stupid. Black Frost is always consistent as well. If it's not putting, you know, people Hajoka and other people on, it's being part of ciphers and literally giving it like it's his last round, you know, like his last bullet in the chamber. Just like Eclipse brings it last bullet in the chamber on every verse that he comes out with. And they're I don't think there's a verse I haven't liked yet. I'm just going to be honest with you. Great job. Next, Red Rob. The funny thing is, a lot of the people who are the most consistent are in groups with each other. So it was kind of hard to not say that, but I have to be honest in where it needs to. Like, I tried my best to make it so people couldn't win multiple ones because I wanted to give everybody a chance to be able to have their flowers. But there's just certain situations where it's like, you guys grind hard this year. Really, really hard. And I want to make sure that you guys got that recognition. Because if everybody else in the whole community has not said anything, I will. You worked your ass off, and I'm proud of you guys. So great work. Next one, Grayson. As much as like everybody else been hopping on tracks like that, Grayson has figured out a way to not only stay consistent, but continue to do shows, to meet up with all types of different artists and do different things, organize things with Otaku Gang, shout out Slash, and then consistently be able to come out with a song every 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever, what have you. He worked hard this year. And even though there may be, you know, situations that make it seem like whatever, but I know for a fact he worked hard. I saw it. And if anybody else in the community didn't see how hard he worked this year, you're crazy and you got to be blind. Grayson worked hard. I'm proud of you, bro. 100%. That's why you're the most consistent. Next is Pain Music. You can't say he didn't work hard either. Regardless of whatever's in the space or what you feel, what you say, he worked his ass off this year. And he's always been working hard. So I got to give the brother his dues when his dues is no. Wolf. Wolf was on fire this year. And not only just, you know, giving really dope verses and putting everything together, you know what I mean? He even went out and getting ready to start doing shows in different states and things like that, and traveling and building his brand as an artist all the way around. He's doing the thing a lot of people are scared to do. So being consistent and still coming out with music while trying to figure out all those other things is what's deserved. Next, Savade. You know, the funny thing about him to me is, yeah, he could be a little hot-headed sometimes. You know what I mean? When it comes to being, you know, like, look, this verse gonna be fired, it's gonna be crazy. Like, I get it. But what I like the most about it is that I can see the passion in his songs. I don't see him trying. He's one of those people that no matter who you are, I am not gonna give you a terrible verse because that will reflect on my brand, and I'm not sacrificing that. And he's one of those, as in, you know, if you get bodied on the track, you getting bodied on the track, and you just need to just accept it. Like, he's just like one of those kind of rappers, like a rapper's rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it works out. Alrighty. Next, Memes. Remember that part like earlier last year where like Memes couldn't miss on a hook? Remember that? We was like, like 9 or 10 tracks in a row, and I was like, yeah, that's some heat, dog. And the fact that he's like younger and then just absorbing this type of feel, it's amazing. So congratulations for you for that too. And I think that's the 10. Yep. Alrighty. Let me pull out that wheel. Actually, I wouldn't even expect this any better. For you being consistent, it will always be great to be able to know where you stand. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm cool with that. That's not hard to do. And with brand evaluation is that I give you a printout of what exactly your YouTube stuff looks like, what your Spotify looks like, what your Facebook, Instagram, whatever social medias that you have, what they look like, and I'll explain it to you. And I'll also explain certain things that you can do to maybe improve your reach in your views or whatever you need to. So, yep. That's what that is. Okay. Alrighty. Let them cook. You know.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
I put let them cook because there isn't a let her cook yet, but I got to get that created. So if somebody can help me out, that'd be fire. Alrighty. This award is for artists that are always kicking. I can't read today. This award is for the artists that are always in the kitchen doing something new to build their brand. Whether it's consistent performances, track releases, or simply making a presence in everything that they do. Now, let them cook. Now, this one is interesting because I went across the board. Eclipse.
You ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here?
Perfect button to push.
Jeez, what happened?
Let them cook. I got a chance to check all the streams this year. And Eclipse and Shinky are the two people that had the most let them cook in the streams of releases. So that had to be given there. So that's why he's here for that. Next, Delta. Delta be cooking on his own. And then it's always super dope to see him release a track every now and then. And it's not all the time, but when it's always in the stream or something, it's always a pleasure. And good person, great guy. You know what I mean? A human being, a good person. So congrats to Delta D's. I let you cook. Chris Craig. Chris Craig do his own thing. And you already know if you're going to get a verse from Chris, it's going to be fire. It could be aggressive. It could be nonchalant feeling. It could be wavy. It could be a vibe. It could be anything where it needs to. Chris knows the particular spices to put on each and every track that makes it completely different than anybody would expect. If you're expecting, one thing from Chris Craig or whatever, you might get something completely different and love it even more. And that's how you get a chef in the kitchen when it comes to that recipe. So great work, Chris. Flint. Flint's a producer as well and makes these fire beats and put all these things together. And it's different types of flows each and every time. It's not anything that's duplicated. Great work. Easy. Tasteless. Tasteless got some sleepers out there that you got to sometimes go back and hear. Like I've heard a lot of, like his particular hooks with auto-tune stuff and the vibes and the waviness. And that's what's really dope. Sometimes you just want things to simmer on the track. You know what I mean? You don't want it just to be rushed out of there. You know what I mean? This is, you know, Tasteless is like that crock pot. You know what I'm saying? Just give it a couple hours, marinate, you'll love it. That's just how the kind of artist I see him as. So great work. Crazy 8 the Great. The reason why I pick him for Let Him Cook is not necessarily not just because he's got dope songs and, you know, and a good person and things like that. What I like about Crazy 8 is he knows what he has to do to make sure he stays in the present with things. He had a particular song about, you know, about people who cosplay. And then what he did was he made the song and then reached out to cosplayers to make visual, you know, creative content out of the song that he did. And what's cool is it wasn't just like some derogatory, you know, out of pocket thing. He just, you know, just saying, hey, I know you like to cosplay. I like cosplay too. And, you know, just enjoy the things that you like to do as a cosplayer. Because think about it, like in this community and cons and things like that, there's a lot of shaming and a lot of terrible, you know, experiences that people have, especially people of color. So having somebody be like, hey, you know, do this because you love it. Don't worry about what anybody else says or thinks or whatever. Love the nerddom and the geekdom that you're into. And that's the reason why I see him for Let Him Cook. Because, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do something for the community that's a different palette that everybody's not ready for. But it could be something great. Trying something new and doing things new is cooking. That's basically how it is. Omega Sparks. The reason why Omega Sparks wins this one is because not only he's involved with a lot of sync licensing, does things for Death Battle and Epic Rap Battles of History and all these different, you know, video games and, you know, franchises. The fact that he reaches out to other artists to be able to work together for collaborations, to be able to get their first sync placement, or to be able to be educated about how things work in the industry and things like that. And then going out your way for it when you could have easily been like, oh, they don't know I'm here, so I could just continue doing this on my own. He didn't do that. He had a heart and he went at it and said, hey, I like the music that you do. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. Let's figure this out. Let's do something. And that's why he should cook. Because in any cook, there's a line cook and there's a chef. And sometimes you need a chef to be able to show what the line cooks can do so they can be chefs too. Gods the Don is next. Wasn't expecting that. I will be honest. What I like about Gods, is that I can see, when I was able to see like some visuals of him performing, and I was able to see the types of tracks that he's been on, like with Jamar or when he's with Savade or anybody like that, he's fitting the vibe of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, of course you got your, you know, your Michael Jordans and Scottie Pippens and stuff like that. I don't mean this anyway. I mean like having somebody that's like a Dennis Rodman of a squad, like somebody that does something specific that brings the track fully together, or not trying to be the person that's the head runner where it needs to, just kind of the person that holds the track together and makes it a whole vibe and makes everything connect together. He was great at that in a lot of the songs I was able to hear. He has some sliding verses and he got bars for sure, but it's always great to be that artist that has bars but also complements the other artists as well. So congrats to Gods on that. Night of Breath gets better every single song. Every song. And we already know she has her signature of having a trio vocal harmony. It's something that she took the craft and was like, this is what I do. So no matter what happens, I'm going to have that element in the things that I do. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Sorry, JK. I've been typing this stuff and I'm tired. My bad. But I just saw it. But I like the fact that she's able to adapt to each and every particular song that she's on cipher-wise and make it her own. So, great work there. Jenny finds different ways to brand himself. He may not be the person that does a whole bunch of, you know, just anime tracks and things like that. The fact that he even tries to brand himself in a different way to do different things for anybody to be able to, you know, check out his music. Doing streams and, you know, and playing with other people so people can know what kind of person he is beyond just being the artist. Being in Discords, having conversations, you know? Yeah, you did come back at a good time. But that's what I got for that. So congrats on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's the 10 I got right there. Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. All right, wheel time. Well, looks like you guys get a personal button from me on that. Alrighty. Okay, Wordsmith Award. This award for artists always finding ways to show their pen game undeniable from delivery, bars, energy, and skills alone. This was difficult. And I mean, it was so difficult that it was difficult, okay? This is the one award I'm scared of because everybody had heat this year and I wanted to try my best to, you know, show other people their particular shine, but man. Yes, it was so difficult that it was difficult. Yes, because you already know where these debates come in. You know what I'm saying? This is where these debates come in. So what I'm going to do to make this easier, I'm just going to have the list pop up and we're just going to clap. This is what I saw this year in the submissions. Savade, Gods to Dawn, Ozaru, BP Music, Extra, King Menace, LO Soul, Just Rebel, or J Sin, Gallic, Z, right? It's Gallic Z, right? Because I know people call them Galax, and it's like, it's not Galax, it's Gallic Z, right? I'm making sure. Black Frost, Wolf, Omega Red, 757 Shy, P Easy, and Cold Road. Of course, there are a lot of people that have bars and things like that. But a lot of you guys got your flowers earlier, and just putting you guys here would just be unfair. No, I'm not doing that. Maybe one day. Nope, not doing it. But I wanted to make sure I did that. Now, this is the only one. The hell? Okay, sorry. This is the only one I can't do a wheel for. I'm sorry. I can't do a wheel for that one because that would be extremely disgusting. But I made it so anything that's 10 or more, I can do that for. But I'll do something super fire for you guys for that. So instead, I have a playlist just for the people with the bars, and we make a whole playlist of that, of all your particular songs there, and that's what I give. Next one, 3 Nerd Weave. This award goes to the artists that have seen move in threes and created seamless music together that we enjoyed this year. Trios. JK, Red Rob, Flint Fork. Sweeping. Come on, bro. This is a no-brainer at this point. Almost every submission, you guys are the trio of trios. All right, next one. It's Fnac, Walnut God, Trap Rockets. This was a very interesting three. Very interesting. Because all three of them have an energy, but for some reason, they didn't compete with each other on the song. You know what I mean? Like, it's an energy that they were able to weave together and just continue going. Like the Juggernaut. It was like that whole track was like the Juggernaut is running for, Xavier's school and hitting the gate and knocking over the gun, the robot guns or whatever, going through the X-Men. That's what it feels like when I hear those three together. So great work on that. Temp in Music, Exotic Purple Toast, and King Menace. They're the best of friends, but they also create all different kinds of music together. All I'm going to tell you is this. If you got King Menace to sing a Christmas cover for you as a trio, that is a synergy for sure. Because we know how King Menace raps. But if he's able to just dive into a track like that just because of it, respect. Respect. Pure Chaos, All Time Arcade, and Pain Music. Some of the most aggressive double time songs I've heard this year. And you know what's super dope about just saying for Pure Chaos in general? Just having a conversation. He's like, look, bro, everything is cool where it is for my fam and everything like that. I do this stuff because it's fun and I enjoy it. And sometimes, All Time might need a person that just say, yo, let's make this Twisted Metal song, or let's make this, villain song because we could just do it. And then Pain Music is like, look, man, I just want to work. I want to, make the music I need to, and I just want to vibe. I see they being the best of friends, and it's a vibe. That's why these particular teams are here. It's because I can see that there is not only a synergy, but there is a vibe between you guys. And because of that, I know it's not Pure Chaos featuring All Time Arcade or Pain Music. It is Pure Chaos, All Time Arcade, and Pain Music featuring whoever. And sometimes in trios, that's all you need. And the final one, Jamar Rose, Galax Z, and Savade. That goes without saying. Jamar became a leader and made sure that wherever his peers are or anything like that, they got on tracks together as a team and they put on. And they give their all the way. Maybe they might get back and forth and be joking in competition. You know what I'm saying? They might be in competition and just be like, oh, my verse was better than yours, etc., etc. I mean, groups have that. And sometimes you need to have that person be like, oh, okay. Oh, you think you got me. Oh, okay, I got you on this verse. And then you come out with the best verse that you can out of each other because you are always pushing each other to be the best you can be. In a trio, that's extremely important because the last thing anybody wants to be is last. But at the same time, if they were last, it'd rather be from the people that are their close friends and peers and doing the damn thing. So that's why I see them on there. Alrighty. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Alrighty. Spin the wheel, I'll take that. So they'll be able to do a double or nothing. So that means when they submit something in a Mark Cooper Monday, and if they are in the chat, they got to be in the chat because it's kind of hard to do that. If they're in the chat, you can get a track right after the track you just did. Let me make sure I put that in there. Double or nothing. Okay. Now, if you already know what Mark Cooper Monday, I am very, very particular about mix. Eclipse. It's like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. I'll take that. I'm cool with that. Alrighty. The Mix Master Award. You should already know. This award goes to the mad scientist that brings recorded tracks to life on a completely different level and helps bring a well-rounded quality song. Now, this is going to be interesting, actually. And there's some people here that not even going to expect. First one, no brainer, R Zeta. That is a no-brainer. Crazy mix. Period. And this one actually has a different prize that has nothing to do with the wheel, actually. And I think that you guys will enjoy this much more. R Zeta is one. Hypo. I don't think he gets enough credit, to be honest. I don't think he gets enough credit. And the only reason why I know that is because I know he does the tracks and things like that, but the mixes are really, really nice. Like, really, really nice. So, shouts to Hypo. These are people I want to have conversations with, and we can be able to talk about different stuff. So, there's that. Next. Callan. That man got to hold the whole group together. He got to hold his whole group together. He got to make sure the quality's where it needs to be. He engineers it, everything. Doing everything known to man, dog. So congrats to him for sure. I had to make sure he got his just dues for the tracks that he may have mixed and mastered for Otaku Underworld and everything. So great work. Next, Jonald. If you guys weren't here last year, Jonald was Mr. Mark Cooper Monday of 2022. Yeah, of last year. You already know about Jonald. So, you know what I mean? His whole family comes in the stream. Okay? So, whatever. Next. Flint. You're a one-man working crew, bro. And you need your flowers for that. Not everybody can mix. Not everybody can mix, bro. And produce. And rap. I do all of those things. If there's anybody who knows that feeling, I do. Where you sit there and you did all that stuff, and then you be like, this sounds trash. And then you just throw it away, or you just don't work on it anymore. I know you have several tracks like that. You know what I mean? So there's that. See, Prickler. He a sleeper too. He mixed quite a few people's stuff in 2022. Quite a few. And he actually still working hard this year too. Fire. Fire. I wonder if that's 5 or I think it's 6 on that one. Yep, it is. Okay. So, for your award that's not the wheel, okay, I want you guys to get with me, and I will, for the people who mix and master, I got a lot of go-to plugins that I would recommend, And I got some preset things that you might want to look into for stuff like that. Like I got a couple of mix and mastering charts. So if you want to know about certain frequencies or want to learn more about, you know, certain things, what to listen for, what to mix for, all those things, I got a lot of those particular tools in the back, just in case if I'm not sure about what certain frequencies are. And I'm more than willing to have conversations with you about certain things in mix. And I'm not perfect on mix either, so we can always have a collaborative conversation. But I do have some presets that I feel that could, you know, be able to work with stuff, especially if you're using Waves plugins or if you're using FL or anything like that. I do got some things that may be able to help you guys to, you know, mix and master maybe a little bit quicker, just in case if you got like a huge workload of artists, like I'm going to very soon. So there's that. Hook and Reel Award. This award goes to the artists that have been making hooks for the main event of the song. Alrighty. Hook and Reel Award goes to I think we can move on. He just couldn't miss this year. Now, normally, I wouldn't go super far out of the Mark Cooper Monday stuff, but Hala has been collaborating with everybody, and hooks get better and better. Quality gets better and better. The delivery gets better. The vibrato is great. The versatility in different songs and ciphers have been great. And I haven't seen any, like, what's the best way I can say? I haven't seen a situation where she would try to do the same thing or try to carbon copy something that she may have already did in a song before. Everything has this different flavor to it, and I like that. And it's great to have that same energy, whether if it's an artist that has a bigger fan base or a smaller one. You always keep the same energy and give the best quality that you possibly could. So congratulations to her. Mozzie. Mozzie ate this year, dog. You know he did. We don't even need to talk about it. You know he did. And then what's crazy is that he did what he could with a microphone and tried it to make it the best quality he could. If there was a situation where he may need help mixing, like for memes or somebody else, he knew when it was time to reach out. And when it comes to hooking, you know, like when it comes to coming up with a hook, it's about making sure it's the best quality that you can. And that's the most important part when it comes to songs. So great work on that. I saw you reach out and make the best hooks that you have been doing. And I'm not saying it being biased because I produced one of the tracks that you did do a track for. You ate this year. So great work. Next, Cold Blue. I seen you level up, Cole. I seen you level up a lot. And I'm excited about what you're going to come out with this year. I can't wait. But like I said, work on those things I told you about, and I've heard you improving on that. You're going to be a problem. If nobody sees it right now, you're going to be one. Just keep focused and keep doing what you need to do. Next, Key the Weed. Key knows how to stand on her own when it comes to certain tracks and things like that. Like when you know when you got a song and Key is on the song because you know the tone, you know what you get, and that's what I like the most. I like when Key is on tracks because I know she's gonna give you the best she can give you, and she's not scared to learn about things or even do stuff again. That's the crazy part about a lot of artists that I've seen in this community. They're so scared to do it again. If they did something wrong, like let's say the verse isn't what it needed to be or anything like that, and then you're like, oh man, I don't want to write that verse again, or I don't want to do it again, or whatever. She's one of those like, okay, I get it, I'll do it again, and then she'll give you an even better product than what you got before. So then other people be like, wait, where did this come from, or where did that come from? And that's just being a passionate artist. Being a passionate artist and putting pride in whatever feature that you do with somebody. I saw she was on a song with somebody that's, I think she's friends with friends with Jay the artist. I think she was here earlier, and she did a song with that person. I've never even heard of this artist. I was just kind of looking around at stuff, and I was like, okay, so it doesn't matter who it is. If that person reaches out for a feature, you're going to give them the best product that you can. And sometimes that's all you need. I'm telling you, if you give them the best product, they're going to have so much pride in what they're going to do. They're going to share with all their friends and family and all that stuff, right? They're going to be like, hey, I made this new song and she's on it and Memes is on it. And then you don't forget, there are artists that are starting out that are maybe a little bit behind you guys today. They might be hype. They get a Cold Blue verse. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say there's no such thing as that lower nerdcore, because everybody is in the same vein of stuff. You're just in different paths. Feel what I'm saying? You have no idea how excited people be about verses from people. You never know. So, Key, I appreciate you being kind and being a great spirit, and don't ever change. Alrighty. Mango. Every hook is a banger. Every hook is a banger. Like, we don't even have to even go into that, dog. Every hook is a banger. I hate the fact sometimes when we stream and he's always the dead last song because Twitter hates him for some reason, or he just says things out of pocket in the chat just to be funny. But being, last in the stream or whatever, nowhere near where his caliber of skill is. That's an understatement for that. I can't wait to see what you come out with this year. Just certified classics, man. Classics. Alrighty. Canela. When she get in her bag, she get in her bag. I think we all know that. Sometimes it's hard. And sometimes it can be hard to, kind of keep her on task. Like, look, I need this. Look, I need that. You got to do what you got to do. Just like any other artist. You know what I'm saying? But when she get in her pocket, when she get in the bag, if she get in front of that microphone, it's a body bag. That track is fire. Fire. So I had to make sure that was known. I would love to see more songs coming from her, and I have been seeing a lot more collaborations happening. That track that she did with Omega was fuego. You know what I'm saying? So, great work there. Now, we can do the wheel for this one. And we only got 2 more awards, and then we're done for today. Well, not today. No, God, no. For this, Alrighty. Well, looks like I have to produce a classic for these individuals, so that's a free beat. Alrighty. Now, this one is Producer Spotlight. This award for the producers that are able to create a canvas for the artist to create, pretty much. Temp, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. I have so many beats. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you could check the beat tapes. I mean, I have 68 projects out, and a lot of them are beat tapes on my Bandcamp. So take your pick. So, yep. Producer Spotlight. It's for the producers. This is not a wheel one, but I will tell you what you get as a surprise from me. Okay? Shiro. Nothing makes me feel better than a producer that's not scared to say, hey, let's work. Nothing makes me feel more at home with the producer if you are willing to reach out and say, hey, anybody who wants to work, just hit me up. Okay, there might be situations, you know, like for the service, you got to pay for the beat. Okay, that's just how that particularly works. But who knows? You might be able to make a classic together just by having that business put together. So there it is. Next, H3. H3 been cooking. He been cooking for a while. And I want to make sure that he got his flowers and just dues for this. So great work. Next, Midnight Dubstep. The man that comes in the chat to tell them that you owe him money. H3 is underrated, but Midnight Dubstep. If you haven't heard his stuff and the things that he's able to do, you might want to take a look. Anybody who wants heavier hype beats or dubs or ironically dubstep or drum and bass, or looking for a completely different feel, that's the guy to hit up. Midnight Dubstep, kudos to you, bro. Alright, next, Jethro. New this year. I've actually I've heard of the name, but I didn't know the person at that time until the stream came in, and I was listening for different things. He was like, yo, I made that beat. And I'm like, all right, let me hear what you got. And then hearing the different tracks that he was doing, fire. I mean, he made that, Legend of Zelda record for Eclipse. So I'm glad to see it. And I'm glad to see people are not scared to say, yo, I produced this. You know how many producers see like a lot of, with nerd artists and stuff, and they don't tell anybody, oh yeah, I produced that. That goes a long way. That goes a long way to be like, yo, I made this beat. And that works out perfect. So great work there. Next, Flip. Can't really say too much about it. He does all the things there. And then there's just, those are the producers that I known in the spotlight here. So great work there. So we're on the last award. Now, for my producers, producers love sounds. So what I got is a couple folders that I can send to you guys through Google Drive that you guys can be able to add into your catalogs and all that kind of stuff. I got a lot of sounds, a lot. And what we can do is maybe sit in a Discord or something like that, and I'll show you a little bit of my catalog, and then you just pick one folder. Make sense? I think that'll be best to where it needs to be. Now, we are finally here. The Mark Cooper Monday of the Year Award. And it's a male and a female this year. I did two because I could not decide what I wanted to pick. I could not decide. But I am going to explain to you both individuals. You know what? how do I want to do this? Could I have to explain them both? You know what? I could just flip it over. So you guys ready? Mark Cooper Monday of the year, Mr. and Mrs. Mark Cooper Monday. You ready? And I'm going to explain them individually because it makes it easier. I don't have a drum roll, so I'm just going to have to go. Or, I don't know.
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
I definitely did. Sorry. Alrighty. And the winner is... Mr. and Mrs. Mark Cooper Monday this year is Shinky and Ty Weezy. So, I will go in detail what this means and what these individuals end up getting. So, just know it from here. Both of these individuals who won the Mark Cooper Monday of the Year award, you know what they get? The entire wheel, a piece. They get the entire wheel. Anything that they need where it comes to whatever producing a track, they get a verse from me. We could talk about branding when it comes to stuff. They get a skip the line, a double or nothing. They get a free mix and mastered track from me. They get a personalized button. They get an evaluation so they know exactly where they stand. They get an interview. And not only to get an interview, I talked to Blurred's Eye View earlier today, and they said they would be down to interview you guys as well on their platform so you can be able to explain a little bit more about your story as an artist. So I was able to pull all those things together and put it where it needs to. So you get all of these things on the wheel. This is what I saw this year. I'll start with Ty. Ty, you were never scared to figure things out and try things new. You knew that you and Omega were, kind of new in the scene, and you were trying to figure out, your way of being able to collaborate and things like that. You would persevere. You worked hard. You met up with all the individuals you needed to meet up with. You spent quality time with quality people. That's a key. And you continued to improve your craft by every single song. I watched you improve every single song. You went and made AMVs. You made actual music videos to show a little bit of your personality about how you gave the tracks. I watched the way you did your marketing. I watched the way that you were kind to every individual. You never got hot-headed or out of pocket or anything like that at all. You were the person that was kind to everybody. Anybody that approached you, you were kind to. And that's very hard to do. A lot of people don't expect that from people, especially in the community sometimes. You deserve that. You deserve that. And that's why it had to be 2. Now, let me get some water for this kid. Shinky, I've heard tracks that you've done, right? And I know there's a certain pocket and vibe that you have. The thing that separated you this year, actually, believe it or not, it wasn't because you did a whole bunch of tracks and a whole bunch of collaborations and you were all over the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that. It was the ability that you knew what you wanted to do. You knew where your flaws were. You knew what you needed to do to, create the best self. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Shinky, it's very, very hard when all your friends say that you're dope. And I know for a fact you have encountered that all year. Everything that you came out with, everybody's like, man, that was fire. You was sliding. You was doing that. And you hear that all the time. And I know you do. But sometimes you're just kind of like, is there anything I can improve on? Is there anything I need to do? Is there anything to get better? Is there anything I need to pull together? Is anybody got that? And then that's when I was seeing it a lot in the chat. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to literally dive in with a microscope of what you can do. And I was very curious, and I was actually blown away by the fact that you weren't scared to jump in different kinds of tracks and do different kinds of things and be around in different arenas and show all the things that you do. There's a lot of artists that cannot show the full overall pocket of what they can do. I mean, you even reached out to me about voice acting stuff. You know what I mean? That sounds like you are willing to try different things to get you to different positions in life. That's smart. And you're not arrogant about it either. So that's when I knew. I was like, yeah. Like last year, Jonald was just a person that nobody was expecting to come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And that was just inevitable. This one, I was kind of leaning back and forth, and I thought a different artist overall, but you shined through. Wow, my song comes up 10-10. Don't ignore me. But either way, I'm proud of your growth. You're going to go far, and just make sure that you don't lose yourself in any of this stuff. Because there's going to be more and more people going to tell you that you fire. And you're going to need somebody to be like, this ain't it. Find those peers that are going to tell you that ain't it. That's your goal this year. Find the ones that's like, it's all right. Find them. Because it's going to get you out of the plateau of you being dope to being incredible. That's the goal this year. You need to find the ones that just says, it's all right, it's cool, it's dope. That's your goal. Because if you got everybody just tell you you're fire all the time, you'll just plateau. From experience. But like I said, congratulations to everybody who's won here. But I do want to say one thing before anything else where it comes down to it. And I don't mean the speech of, you're all winners and blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what I'm going to say. All I'm saying now is that you have literally a year to focus on your craft. So we can talk about it next year, how well you did this year. I'm just going to let you know I'm proud of you 100% where you guys are so far. And I can't wait to see what you guys create this year. And that's why I do the Mark Cooper Monday like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy the prizes and stuff. And it helps me out as well because I work too. We're all a team. We're all a fam here. And even I got to work. There are things that I need to get better at. I'm nowhere near perfect or at the top of the whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're all a team. So we all work together the best way we can. We'll just have fun doing it. I love each and every one of you guys 100%. That's all I got. So, like I said, if you guys won this year, just send me a DM on the Discord or something. And then just give me your photo or whatever, and then I can just make the graphics so you can share them. I'll do them this week. And, yeah. Well, I appreciate you. And just like anything else, you already know.